Hi, minasan. Konnichiwa. At balik tayo sa ganito. Minasan, o genki desu ka? So for today, we are in lesson 21. For those who would like to go back to previous lessons, you can just go to our playlist and find live Japanese lessons. Kautam-san, konnichiwa. Sashibari desu ne. Okay, so you just need to go back to our previous lessons, and that is in our live Japanese lessons. Okay, please check live Japanese lessons playlist. And minasan, I have a good news for you. Later on, I will let you read some kanji because we're done with the book 1 kanji actually. And we will proceed with radicals on our next lesson. So for now, we will have reading, kanji reading. For the lessons that we have studied already, bakit lumalabas pa rin yung mga comment? Yun. So please, while waiting minasan, so later, I will be transferring again from another live stream after this one, okay? So I would like you to download the images that I uploaded already. I posted in my Facebook page. So are you aware or do you know my Facebook page? For first timers, here's my Facebook page. So we will have a reading later after this class. So this is the first post in this page for today, for this day. So just check this page, okay? And you will see, konbanwa, konbanwa na ba? Yan. So, here's my page, okay? Please check my post. That's 10 images. Okay, that's 10 images. Please save it on your phone. Kasi, I can't use my laptop for me to be able to share my screen with you while having a guest. Ewan ko, ayaw mag-connect ng laptop kasi. That's why I will be doing this like this. Doing it like this later on. Batis Atsuka Tokyo. Hi, konnichiwa. Hi, Taiga-san. So, please check that Facebook page. Please save the images that I posted earlier. That's 10 images, okay? So that for those who would like to participate reading later on, you already have the copy. No kaiwa, just reading later. So you must have those copies, those pictures. Okay, so we're set. Minasan, please don't forget to like our lesson for today. Thank you so much. And if you'd like, you can also have their super chat, super stickers beside the chat publicly as your name. There's a dollar sign, yeah, if you want to support our class, our free class. And also membership is available. In my homepage, you will see the join. And then of course, there are perks for channel members. What are those? One-on-one, Kaiwa, via Zoom, and free files, just like those. And you can see those perks in my community, okay? Just look at the community. What are the perks if you will become a member? Okay, let's start, minasan. Lesson 21, vocabulary. First, okay. So for first timers and you don't know how to read hiragana and katakana yet, please start with memorizing hiragana and katakana. We have the file, the video for that. If you want, you can message me for me to give you the copy. But much better if you will be looking at my playlist. Again, the name of the playlist is Live Japanese Lessons. There's hiragana and katakana in there. And lessons 1 onwards up to lesson 20. So, today is lesson 21. Okay, let's start. So, the first word is omoimasu. Omoimasu is think. Okay? Think, omoimasu. Next, imasu is say. Imasu again is say. Tarimasu is be enough or be sufficient. Be enough or be sufficient. Kachimasu is win. Kachimasu, win. So you will often hear this in animes that kachi, katta. And then the next one is makemasu, maketa. Makemasu, lose or be beaten. Okay? Makemasu, lose or be beaten. Arimasu. In this case, the arimasu means be held or take place. For example, festival. Okay, o matsuri. So our our particle in there is ga. So we have omatsuri ga arimasu. Okay, there's a festival. Omatsuri ga arimasu. Next, we have yaku ni tachimasu. Be useful. No? Yaku ni tachimasu. Be useful. And we have muda. There's na in there because that's a na adjective. Muda na. So, wasteful. Muda. Omoimasu no and kangairo. Kangairo is think as well. But for omoimasu, that is used aside from think, I think that is used to later on we will study in our grammar. Okay, that to omoimasu. I think that I think that tomorrow that it will rain tomorrow. I think that the to omoimasu, that is one use of omoimasu. But for kangaimasu, you cannot use that to kangaimasu. So much better for that, the grammar or the sentence pattern is the to omoimasu. To omoimasu, to imasu. To kangaimasu. To omoimasu. No? But it's also to think that kangaimasu. Kangaiteru, ima kangaiteru. Right now, I'm thinking. Yeah, that's the other one. For example, you're thinking now, kangaiteru. Kangaiteru. I'm thinking currently. So that's the ing. Kangaiteru, thinking. In this one, omoimasu. For example, past tense. I thought, omotta. That is the omotta for I thought that's a bird. Tori da to omotta. Tori da to omotta. In Tagalog, akala ko ibon yun. To omotta. That's the past tense of omoimasu. I thought that's a bird. But you it's wrong if you will say, if you want to imply that you thought that's a bird and then you will say kangaita. So in that case, kangaita is in Tagalog, naisip. So in English, kangaita is I thought, but in different aspect. So you cannot say, oh, I thought that's a bird. So it's weird if you will be saying, using kangairo in there, kangaita. But if you want to say, I thought that's a bird, tori da tomotta. That is the omoimasu in there. Yes, so it depends on how you will be using the think and the kangairo. And then for this think to, the omoimasu, okay, it's used in, later on we will study the grammar, which is the to omoimasu. I think I think it will rain tomorrow. 明日雨が降ると思います。降ると思いますのと思います。Okay, for Gautam-san. So there's reasons in both. So, and there's a particular thing wherein you just need to use this to omoimasu, just like my explanation a while ago, the example. Okay, let's proceed. Where are we now? Muda na, wasteful. And fuben na, last. The last one is fuben na, inconvenient. Fuben. Next, we have onaji. This is the same. Onaji, the same. Sugoi, awful or great. That is astonishment or admiration. Expresses astonishment or admiration. Ano ba? And shusho, prime minister. Okay? Shusho is prime minister. Daitorio is president. For example, President Duterte, Duterte Daitorio. Daitorio, president. Seiji is politics. Seiji, politics. News is news. News, news. Speech, speech. Speech, speech. And to make a speech, just add oshimasu. Speech yoshimasu. I'll make a speech. Speech yoshimasu. Next, shiai. Shiai is game or match. Game or match. Arubaito, side job. Arubaito is side job. So, if you add arubaito shimasu, you are working part-time. So, arubaito is side job or part-time, no? Arubaito. Next. Iken, opinion. Iken is opinion. We studied that just yesterday, right? Iken, the kanji. Iken, opinion. Ohanashi, talk, speech, story, or what one says. Okay, ohanashi. Oshimasu. If you want to use that. So, ohanashi o shimasu. I will tell a story. Ohanashi o shimasu. Or I will talk. May sasabihin ka in Tagalog. Ohanashi o shimasu. And then we have humor. 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 Next is muda. Waste. Muda is waste. Design is design. Design is design. Next is kotsu, transportation or traffic. Hi, konnichiwa, sankyodai. Kotsu is transportation or traffic. Kotsu. We have rush is rush hour. Rush hour. And saikin, recently or this day, saikin. Usually for beginning of the sentence, saikin, recently. Tabun, probably. Tabun. Tabun, probably, perhaps, or maybe. Okay, hi, konnichiwa. So, we have two muda. Nauna na yung a while ago, we already have the na adjective for muda. That's wasteful. And then this one is noun, muda. Waste. Hi, konnichiwa, Irimi-san. And Giselle-san, Sei-san. Hi, genki desu. Arigatou gozaimasu. Sige. We have kitto, surely. Kitto. Okay, kitto, surely. Honto ni, really. Honto ni. Honto ni, arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you very much. Talagang really, you're very thankful. And then, sonnani, not so much. Sonnani, used with negatives, okay? Sonnani, for example, sonnani takakonayo, それは. Sonnani, that's not much expensive. Takakonai. Sonnani. And then we have nitsuite. Nitsuite is about or concerning. So you have a topic. So before the nitsuite, nani nitsuite. So you have there, for example, Nihongo nitsuite. Nihongo is Japanese. So about Japanese or concerning Japanese, Nihongo nitsuite. Next, shikata ga arimasen. There's no other choice. It can be helped. Shikatanai. If you've heard shikatanai, that's same. Shikatanai or shikata ga arimasen. Shikata ga arimasen. Shikata ga nai. And we have, for kaiwa, below, first one is, we have shibaraku desu ne. Shibaraku desu ne. So it's just the same with o hisashiburi desu ne. Okay, so this is the other this is the other way of saying that it's been a long time since I last saw you, or long time no see. Shibaraku desu ne. Next is demo nomimasen ka? Demo nomimasen ka? Later on we will study that in our grammar, that demo nomimasen ka. So how about drinking or something? No? Later we will study that. And then minaito. Minaito. I've got to watch it. That minaito is the shortened phrase of minaito ikimasen. No? And we will study that later as well in our vocabulary, in our grammar. No, it's in our grammar also. Next, last one, mochiron. Of course, mochiron. Mochiron, of course. And let's go to grammar, minasan. Grammar. First, all right. So, yesterday, minasan, we studied the plain form, right? Plain form, because I said that we will be using that today. And this is the day. So, do you still remember? So, first is this to omoimasu, like Gautam-san is asking a while ago. So, here's where you see the omoimasu, okay? Omoimasu. I think that, so, with the use of particle to, okay? The ideas or information expressed are indicated by the particle to. Okay, the ideas, information. So I think that's the meaning of this to omoimasu. First example, you use this when expressing conjecture. So, for example, this one. Ashita ame ga furu to omoimasu. In English, I think it will rain tomorrow. Ashita ame ga furu to omoimasu. So you're in plain form, okay? So furimasu, we have furu. Again, furimasu, you have furu. And then connect that to omoimasu. I think it will rain tomorrow. Ashita ame ga furu to omoimasu. Next. Below we have John-san wa kono news o shite imasu ka? In English, does Mr. John know this news? Okay. Iie, tabun shiranai to omoimasu. No, I don't think he does. In this case, this is the negative. So, when the content of conjecture is negative, okay, make the sentence before to negative. So, for it to become negative, katiresa-sang. Katire-sang. Omoi dashita. 久しぶりですね。こんにちは。So we have here と思います。知らないと思います。So the negative will be you will put it before that と思います。Okay? Just like that. 知らない。No, I don't think he does. いいえ、多分知らないと思います。はい、よろしくお願いします。べっちゃいさん。Okay, so we have two in their examples. One is in negative and one is not negative. Next use is when expressing one's opinion. Okay? You want to express your opinion. For example, we have there yan. For example, you think that prices are high in Japan. Okay, you want to say that that's your own opinion. So you can say 日本は物価が高いと思います. Okay? So you just say your opinion and then と思います. Because you want to say, I think, in Tagalog, sa tingin ko, ganun. I think that prices are high in Japan. Nihon wa, di ba? Buka. Buka is commodity or prices. Buka. So, Nihon wa buka ga takai. Takai is high. High. Nihon is Japan. The first kanji, that's Nihon, that is Japan. Nihon wa buka ga takai to omoimasu. I think that prices are high in Japan. So we have here when expressing conjecture and when expressing one's opinion. Next. Another example. So, okay, so this expression, okay, in this expression, you will see there is nitsuite. Do omoimasu ka? This is used to ask someone's opinion on using omoimasu. Okay? If you will be asking someone's opinion using this omoimasu, you don't need to add to. Hi, Abisan. Konnichiwa. So, you don't need to add to in using omoimasu upon asking someone's opinion on something. For example, this one, we have, 新しい空港についてどう思いますか? Kuko, in our vocabulary a while ago, that's airport, right? Airport. So, kuko, atarashi is new. So, atarashi kuko, new airport. Nitsuite is about, concerning, right? A while ago, we have that vocabs in our vocabulary. Do omoimasu ka? Okay. Do omoimasu ka? What do you think? What do you think of new airport? Atarashi koko ni tsuite do omoimasu ka? So you don't, in this case, you are asking about someone's opinion. So using omoimasu, do not put the to. It's not necessary. That's the do already. Do omoimasu ka? And for example, the answer is, kirei desu ga chotto koko ga fuben da to omoimasu. I think that it's not clean, but the access to it is not. This is clean, no? I think that it is clean. Okay, kirei desu ga. Okay, may typo ko dyan. Okay, I think that it is clean, but the access to it is not easy. Okay. Kirei desu ga chotto koko ga fuben da to omoimasu. Okay. So that is for do omoimasu. Next. Ay. Okay, just a moment. Okay, next. For example, we have, how about agreement or disagreement with other people's opinion? Okay, so this is how it can be expressed. So please take a look at A, B, and C. It's a continuous conversation. So we have A. A said, "Fax wa benri desu ne. Fax machines are convenient, aren't they? Fax wa benri desu ne." And then B said, "Watashi mo sou omoimasu." I think so too. And then C said, "Watashi wa sou omoimasen." I don't think so. Okay. So you can omit or not the wa in there for letter C. So that is how you agree or disagree with other people's opinion. So you can just say, "Watashi mo so omoimasu." I think so too. So omoimasu, no? So is right, it's the that. That. So omoimasu. Or in another way, you can say, "That's what I think so. That's what I think too. Watashi mo so omoimasu. Watashi wa so omoimasen." So you can use this in when you are having agreement or disagreement in a specific topic. Watashi mo so omoimasu. Yun din sa tingin ko in Tagalog. Watashi wa so omoimasen. I don't think so. Okay, that is just our first sentence pattern, no? The to omoimasu. Okay, let's move on, minasan. So our next is to iimasu. Okay, please take a look at number 2, S for sentence. Okay, S for sentence. So we have there plain form. Plain form, to iimasu. Okay, so that is say. Okay, say. Letter A, please read, quoting directly what someone says or said. Okay, so you are quoting someone. In Tagalog, na ito yung sinabi niya. Sabi niya, nanananani. Ganun. She said this. So for letter A, we have quoting directly. This is done by repeating exactly what that person said. Okay? You repeat exactly what that person said. That is the A, quoting directly. Because we have another one, quoting indirectly. So first, this one, quoting directly. For example, this one. 寝る前におやすみなさいと言います。Okay? We say good night before going to bed. 寝る前におやすみなさいと言います。So, you quote the exact word and then add to 言います。But it's including you, right? We say. Next example, below, we have ジョンさんは and then there is this 来週今日東京なwala in to ko. 来週 that's 来週東京へ出張しますの。来週 For example, we have there Tokyo. 来週東京へ出張しますと言いました。If you can see in here, okay, this is quoting directly. So, this has not been shortened, right? It's still shimas. In Tagalog, ito yung sinabi niya. Buo niyang kinot yung sinabi nung nagsabi. So, John-san wa raishu Tokyo e shutshou shimasu to iimashita. Mr. John said, I will go to Tokyo on business trip next week. Okay? That is quoting directly. So, complete. Repeating exactly. And add to iimas or to iimashita. Okay. Please look at letter B. Quoting indirectly. So, we have quoting directly is plain form is used before to. Okay, so this is already in plain form. So the tense of the quoted sentence is not affected. So even if you change it into plain form, it's the same. Okay, so that is how you quote indirectly a sentence. For example, ito nakaharap. Yan. For example, there we have it. John-san wa onaji desu ne. Same, right? John-san wa raishu Tokyo e shuchou suru to iimashita. So it's the same. Okay. Mr. John said that he would go to Tokyo on a business trip next week. So it's the same meaning of the sentence. And then it's just that it's in plain form. So shuchou shimasu became shuchou suru. Okay, plain form is the dictionary form, right? So of the verb. So we have shuchou suru to iimashita. So in English, what happened is I will go to the exact word. So it's not like that in translating it in English. It becomes, Mr. John said that he would go to Tokyo on a business trip next week. Okay, so that's the difference. So you will see the difference. That's the same example about John Sangwa going on a business trip. Okay, any questions regarding that? So that's the to iimas or to iimashita. Next. Next is, in here, please take note the pattern. So we have here verb, V verb, E for adjective, na for na adjective, and then noun. So for noun, we need to remove the da. Okay? So remove the da. And then add the sho. Add the sho. So this is used when the speaker, okay, speaker expects that the listener has some knowledge on the topic being discussed and that the listener will agree with the speaker's view. Okay? Desho? In Tagalog for me, this is diba? So when the speaker expects that the listener has some knowledge on the topic being discussed and the listener agrees, okay, about the topic. So, and the show is said with the rising intonation, okay? Said with the rising intonation to confirm the listener's agreement. So, it's in rising intonation, right? Just like, right? So, for example, we have, 明日パーティーに行くでしょう。明日パーティーに行くでしょう? You're going to the party tomorrow, aren't you? 明日パーティーに行くでしょう? Di ba pupunta ka ng party bukas? So, in Tagalog. So, we have, ikimasu. Yes, I am. Oo, punta ako. So that's an example of the show. The show. So, we have plain form. Plain, it's in plain form. So, take a look. Before the desho, we have iku, right? That is the ikimasu, go. So, it's in plain form. Ni iku desho. So, you cannot say, ikimasu desho. No. It should be in plain form. So this may show in some of your exams or tests. So please take note, if you will be combining a sentence or a verb with desho, you need to make it conjugated into plain form. So, ashita pati ni iku desho, not ikimasu desho. It's iku desho. Okay. And then for adjective, plain form again. Na adjective, plain form. So, we studied the plain form yesterday. And then for noun, you remove the da. Okay. Because des becomes da in plain form. But in here, you remove the da before the desho. Okay. So, let's just So just like this. Remove that noun, then the show. Okay. So for example, it's in past tense. For example, Hokkaido wa samukata desho? It was cold in Hokkaido, wasn't it? It happened already, so it's in past tense. So, samukata. So it's still in plain form, but past tense. Samukata. Samukata desho? It was cold in Hokkaido, wasn't it? So it's not written in here, sorry. Okay. Next. はい、こんばんは、ジェラルさん、ゾリタさん。こんばんは。here it is pala. Yan. Hokkaido wa samukata desho? Samukata desho? It was cold in Hokkaido, wasn't it? And for example, the response is, Iie, sonna ni samuku nakata desu. No, it wasn't that cold. Iie, sonna ni samuku nakata desu. So that's the conjugation of samui, negative past, or past negative. It was cold in Hokkaido. So, samukata desho? Okay, so that is for our desho. Next, we have number 4. Let's go to number 4. So, we have there, N is noun. Okay, we have noun 1 and noun 2. So, for noun 1, we have the place marked by de. Noun 2, and then ga arimasu. In this case, the arimasu in here is to take place or to be held. Okay? So, please look at the close in parenthesis in there. So, when noun 2 expresses events such as party, concert, festival, incident, disaster, etc., and so on, arimas becomes, it means to take place or to be held. Okay? When the noun 2 expresses events. So, our arimas, this arimas, will have a meaning of to take place or to be held. Yes, this is part of N5, Gerald-san. This is lesson 21. So, for example, Tokyo de Nihon to Brazil no saka no shiai ga arimasu. Again, Tokyo de. So, that's the place. That's the pattern, right? Place, noun, place, de, particle. Tokyo de Nihon to Brazil no saka no shiai ga arimasu. So that's the event. What's the event? The event is the football game between Japan and Brazil. Football game. So that's the Nihon to Brazil no saka no shiai. Shiai is match or game. Ga arimasu. Okay, so in English, a football game between Japan and Brazil will be held in Tokyo. Okay. And then, please take note that de is our particle in there because there is where the action will take place of a certain occasion or event. So we have the particle de. Okay. Any questions so far, Minnasan? None? Just type it in your live chat, ha? Baka ano na kayo, Minnasan? Na information overload. So just ask questions regarding our lesson if you have. Okay, next. We have noun, occasion. This noun is occasion. And then the particle is de. Oh, this is just like what I've explained a while ago, the particle de. When action takes place on a certain occasion, you use the particle de. Just like the example we have here. Kaigi. Kaigi is meeting. Kaigi de. No? Kaigi de nani ka iken no iimashita ka? Kaigi de nani ka iken is opinion. Nani ka iken no iimashita ka? Did you give your opinion at the meeting? Okay, so that is a certain occasion or event. So it's followed by de, where the occasion takes place. Mainichi ja arimasen. For this week, okay, that's for this week, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, because we just speed up. I would like to finish the whole book up to 25th lesson until next week. That's part of N5. Yes, yes, kanji. And we just finished the kanji unit 20 yesterday. So later we will have a reading. Okay? Reading later, Minasang, with kanji, about kanji that we studied from lessons 1 to 20. So if you want to, just 11 to 20, I think. So if you want to participate, you can read those and please get the files here. Get the files here in my Facebook page. That's my first post for this day. Okay, so where are we now? Okay, ne. Okay, ne is right in English, right? And then don't you think? Ne? So it indicates emphasis and agreement as well, or request for confirmation. Request for confirmation. So it's just like the same, no? But in this case, in this kind of sentence pattern, okay, we use desho. Oishii ne. Oishii ne. Oishii desho. Oishii ne. Oishii ne. Genki ne. Genki desu ne. Sino ba ito? Si Eduardo Sang, no? Kay Edward Sang is, it differs on how you will use it. Okay? For example, you want to say, Oishi desu ne. Masarap, di ba? In Tagalog. Oishi desu ne. Sarap no. Sarap no. Oishi desu ne. If you will notice, oishi desu. So you can put the des in there after, before ne. Oishi desu ne. Oishi ne. Oishi ne. Oishi desu ne. And here, of course, you cannot put the des before desho because you should have the plain form before the desho. Oishii desho. Oishii desho? No, but in English, it's the same. You know, the meaning is right. Don't you think? Okay. Oishi desho. Oishi desho. Interchange. Actually, for example, you will be using ne and desho. It will actually will be depends on your level na. No, your level. For example, in having a conversation, you can use just the basic. You can use a much higher level or much extra higher level. Depends on your ability on how you want to communicate. If you want to just communicate with just simple ne, then you can use ne. If you want the show, of course, that will be maybe one step higher since it is part in our set in of our grammar point right now. And ne can just be added in at the end of the sentence, at the end of the sentence, just like without having the plain for, etc. Okay. Hi, 同じです。同じだと思いますよ。So it's just like what a certain Japanese told me, that it depends on the level of the person, your ability on how you will communicate. Depends on your, for example, in the JLPT, we have different levels as well, right? So if you want just a simple or much higher level of sentences, that is why there is different kinds of sentences, sentence pattern pa. Aside from N5, N4 sentence pattern, you can use other patterns as well because that will be much higher level of Nihongo already. So it's just like that. So it's up to you on which one do you want to use. But in here, in this case, in our desho, is I would like to I would like you to take note is, for example, in exam, if you see the show in there, how will you answer the question? For example, you are asked to, there are choices in there, verbs, for example, verbs. How will you connect the verb into the show? Okay, is it in plain form? Is it in mass form? Or te iru form? So that is why if you will be taking exams, you must need to know the basics on how to connect a certain, on how to make a sentence, okay, and grammatically, which is grammatically correct. For example, in here we have, for example, right, in e-adjective, na-adjective, plain form, and then for noun, you need to remove the da before the desho. Okay, so let's proceed. So we're done with number 5. Let's go to number 6. Noun, demo, and then verb. Okay, so this is used to give an example out of things of the same kind. So you add demo. For example, we have here, ちょっとビールでも飲みませんか? So in English, that means, shall we drink beer or something? So you are not just stating to drink beer. You are also saying that out of all of the drinks, for example, beer. So, would you like to drink? Shall we drink? That is why, shall we drink beer or something? Or something else? So, this is used to give an example out of things of the same kind. So, in here, nomimono. Nomimono is drink. So, you use the demo. So, this is also used when one encourages or advises someone to do something, or one makes suggestion. So you use this when you are making a suggestion. Johnny-san. Naghanap si Johnny-san. Okay, this demo. Or you can say, Chotto, juice demo nomimasen ka? Okay. So, this is used when someone advises someone to do something, or when one makes a suggestion. Yes, demo in the meaning is but in this case, okay, it's not. It's just like it's removing its meaning in this kind of sentence. Okay? Because this is a whole pattern wherein you need to add the noun and then put the noun example of the things with the same kind. For example, tabemono. Okay? And then followed by a verb. Honto ni demo no imi wa pero or but. Okay? But in this case, it's just like it's the meaning is it's a different demo. Okay? It's removing the meaning. It's the meaning of being but in this case. Yes, so nakoto arimasen. So in here, it becomes, how about we drink beer or something? Or shall we drink beer or something? Okay, in this case, chotto beer demo nomimasen ka? Chotto juice demo nomimasen ka? Or if you want food, chotto or shinigang or adobo demo tabemasen ka? Shall we eat sinigang or adobo? Shall we eat sinigang or something? Chotto amampulo demo imasen ka? Saan yung amampulo? Ba't narinig ko na ata yun? Okay. Next, this is our last. Lots of grammar points today, no? Sentence pattern. Next, verb nai form, naito. So we studied the nai form, right? So this is the naito. Naito, a while ago I said that it's naito ikimasen. That is the nakereba narimasen. If you remember the nakereba mahirap lang. If you remember the nakereba narimasen, so that is just the naito ikimasen. So, naito, omitting the ikimasen. Much shorter. Okay, that is much shorter. For example, if you heard, mo, kaira na ito, I have to go home now. No? So, they just want to show you that there is also a pattern like this. Okay, that if they omit the next sentences that they would like to say, this is the meaning. Yeah. That's mo kaira na ito. Kasi, because sometimes you will see this in different movies, no? Or other Japanese who's having a conversation. So you can say that. If you've heard that, kaira na ito, meaning to say, kaira na kereba narimasen. Or kaira na ito ikimasen. Okay? That was just shortened. Mo, kaira na ito. In Tagalog, kailangan ko na umuwi. Naman na ito. Janonde kodasai. Naman na ito din. Hi! Okay, we're done with any questions. Other questions pa, Minnasan, before we go to reading? None? And Minnasan, please don't leave pa right after this. Yes. But please come back. Okay, because we will have a reading part. And if you want to participate, that's plain. Okay, that's plain form for naito. That is the plain form of nakereba narimasen is naito ikimasen. And then, mas shortened pa siya. Becomes naito. So, yan. I've posted my Facebook page because please check the post, my first post in there. There's images, 10 images. Okay, we will have a reading. And you will be joining me in here just like Kaiwa, but we will not have Kaiwa. We will have a reading session because we're done already with kanji for the first book. Okay, so next is radicals. So reading for now. So no questions. Okay, no questions. So I will be closing this stream and then opening another one for you to be able to join me. Okay, and then I will be putting my link on how to join, just like our Kaiwa class, Minnasan. By the way, Sensei, is the GFT different? Yes, it's different. GFT and GLPT, no? GLPT is up to N1 level. Higher is N1. The lower or the lowest is the N5. Highest is N1, lowest is N5. For GFT, I think that's just passed or failed. For GFT, just one result. Yes, JLPT, because JFT is just new in the industry. Ganun talaga, new in the industry. JLPT, ano na siya, talagang kilala na siya. Kahit saan ka mag-apply, talaga alam JLPT. Pero JFT, bago lang siya na pwede mo siyang magamit pag mag-iibang bansa ka din. At depende dun sa apply mo ata, parang may mga TITP something SSW. At meron dong isa, hindi naman tinatanggap JFT. JLPT talaga tinatanggap, parang N4 na JLPT ata. So, mas mahirap yung sa JLPT, pero yung sa JFT, parang equivalent daw siya ng N4 hanggang N4. Parang ganun. So, kaya-kaya niyo yung sa JFT. At saka, many times yung exam niya, a year. Unlike sa JLPT, that's only twice a year. Twice a year lang yan. At saka, JFT is computer-based. And JLPT is talagang mag-write, magbilog-bilog ka doon. N5 sa Japan, 'di ba ang JLPT is ang JLPT ay July and December. Sa Japan, it was not canceled last December, but in the Philippines it was canceled. For July, there's no announcements yet. I don't know kasi dyan kay Betchay-sang, no? So, ask na lang kayo sa agency kung alin ba dun yung kailangan JFT or N4. O, for sure na lang, magkuha ka ng N4. Para sure. And, if may exam na, kasi noong December, canceled nga sa Philippines. Ito sa pantama sa Sensei. Yes, twice. And that's global. Sabay-sabay yan sa iba't ibang bansa. Same yan ang date, schedule. July, December, same yan. Sabay-sabay. Pati yung release yan ng result. Sabay-sabay yan. JFT at JLPT. So, minasang, nakuha nyo na ba yung mga images? Okay, please get the pictures. That's 10 pictures. And we will be reading those kanji. That's unit 11 to 20. Okay, so see you later. Maybe just 2 minutes. I-on ko na agad. I-set up ko lang ulit. Parang ganito lang din. Okay, so for now, while waiting, please get in here in this page. It's in my first post for today, and that's 10 images. No? And please don't forget to like. Pause na ako. Like our lesson for today. And kung ma-encounter nyo ang ating mga ads, baka kahit 1 minute lang, pasuyo lang. Don't skip. Thank you so much. Jane, mata ne.